Hey, y'all. Elaine, Tiffany, Daniel, Eric, Drew, Travis, Ed, Eric again, Dave, Trevor, Will Harris. Oh my goodness, look at every Clownfish Academy. Good deal. Hey, Neil. Had that wrong. Kevin Kipp, Lisa Bodner, Affordable Frags, Kevin Wisen. Look at all y'all. So glad to see you here tonight. As you know, if you haven't heard, it's Polo Race Night, y'all. Yeah, it is not one for the money, but two for the show tonight. We are going to have Andrew and Rachid. Travis, thank you for tagging, because I do know that Facebook is really kind of jacky sometimes with getting the notifications. So thank you. You guys tag your buddies and make sure they're all here. Hey, Shelly, Adam. Goodness, so glad to see you here. My cat just jumped up here next to me. Guys, I want to thank you for all the invites that you have been sending out. Gosh, we are up. I looked a little bit ago. We are at 4688. We are nearing in on 4,700. Hopefully, we can get to 5K by our birthday. Our birthday is April 4th. So, if you've got a fish friend or two or a dozen, send them on over. Because I do believe that we are going to have an awesome birthday bash. So, more details to come later. Mike Cooper, Jason, Harvey. There's Rachid. Now, if I can find Andrew, we'll get you both you guys on here. Andrew, if you can comment, let me know that you're here, and I will bring you on. And we will get Andrew on. Thank you, Shelly, for dropping that link. Let's see. Let me see if I can go back and find. Well, let me just do it this way. Search. I tried to add you, Andrew. It said couldn't add guests. The person was unable to join because of technical issues. Are you on your phone? It has to be on your phone. It can't be on a laptop. Let me look and see if I can bring Rachid on while we're waiting for Andrew. Of course, it says no results found. Oh, Rachid, comment again so I can find you and get you on. Rachid. I'm looking, guys. Oh, there he is. Okay. Rachid, can you request? It's down at the bottom. It is on the bottom. It shows two little people. Maybe we should have practiced. We didn't. We're just winging it tonight, y'all. Oh, my goodness. There's Rayclaw, Mike, Brandy, Teresa. Look, everybody's here. Oh, there it is. There's Andrea requesting. Says adding. Let's see if we can do that, and then we can get Rachid on here also.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hello.
I'm good. Look what I'm sporting tonight.
I love it. I love it. I'm sporting one too.
Awesome. Good deal. Okay, let's see if I got another request. There it is. Rachid is requesting, so I'm gonna get both you guys on here, even though we didn't practice.
What are you way? Hey, Rachid.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Rachid.
Hey, look what I got.
Look at you. Look at you. Oh, man. Yeah, you look good in that. And I happen to look kind of chipper in my Polo Reef shirt, too.
A must.
Guys, I want to welcome both of you all here tonight, giving up your time, your evening with your families to hang out with us for a little while. And everyone has been so excited about having you guys on. So we're going to jump right into it. We all, unless anybody's been living under a rock, they know that Andrew has the 17,000 gallon little BioCube that he has there, amongst other size tanks. But Andrew, I want to ask you, what's new? What is brand new at Polo Reef?
Have you seen our lab and our studio? She's new.
Hey, sweetie.
She's not
I
new.
love it.
We rebuilt our entire lab. It's a
That is
state-of-the-art
awesome.
facility, yeah, and it was several months of banging and screwing and drilling, and it's still not done.
Oh,
That's
no.
we have one, two, three, really four and a fraction new grow out tanks in the back. Two with Jake Adams corals and two with our grow out corals, and our clam tank is now a frag tank.
Did you give up on the clams?
Nah, I'm not giving up so fast. We're just taking a rest. They're very difficult. They come with a lot of pests, and actually they transmit bacterial diseases to one another. So putting a lot in a space is not easy. If you have one or two in an aquarium, not as bad.
Oh, I see. I see. So all in all, it's coming around pretty good. I mean, you said you're not done with the lab. I mean, man, that picture you showed of it, I was like, God, that's beautiful. I don't know how it could get any better.
We're building Yeltsin a real desk with an L-shaped filing cabinet, and then a lower level to eat lunch with stools and stuff.
That's awesome. And Yelson deserves a new desk and a new chair. Man, he's a workaholic, isn't he?
Yeah, he was at the airport earlier today. We were getting coral from Plano, Texas. Rachid, what's that guy's name? We promised to plug him.
Angela, I'll look it up in a second.
Okay, you look it up. They came in beautiful, by the way.
Awesome. Awesome. So what all did you get?
Just some coral colonies, filler stuff. You need to have extras around. My fear is a colony goes and you have nothing to fill it. I hate those empty spots more than any other reefer out there. Rachid can testify.
Yes.
I see Rashid is like, oh yeah, there's one little empty spot. He's got to dive in there and stick something in it.
He likes to let the area rest in case there's some flatworms there, hose it off. Don't put the coral back right away. That is the right way to do it. I just don't like seeing empty holes.
So, Rashid, I guess you get stuck diving in there and filling up those empty holes?
Well, I enjoy diving. As you guys know, it's both me and Michelle that dive, and I enjoy, adding corals on there, feeding the fish while I'm in there. Andrew is quite a perfectionist, so he wants to make sure that, every single spot has something nice. As we all know, like when you take a coral out and...
Whose music is that?
Oh, is there music?
I hear music.
I don't hear music.
No?
Yeah.
It must be coming from you because I don't hear it.
So, usually want a coral where a flatworm was, because those...
Where's this music coming from?
Where flatworms will be there. So, but getting better about that. We've seen some amazing results with all the blowing out of the corals with the RO. We've been doing it once or twice a week, been aggressive, not stopping that. The corals have reacted quite amazingly. One of the things that Andrew missed but has been really excited about is we added metal halides to the main display system since we last spoke, Tyann, and the shimmer on those metal halides are amazing. They're pretty much just been filler lights. We have a bit this Thursday from Fana Marin. So a lot is going on with Polo Reef. I mean, pretty much back to back schedule this March.
Yeah, we have in case you didn't hear that, we have the guys from Abiz and Fauna Marine and Rachid, who is the photographer.
Tobias, he's a YouTube
Tobias,
influencer.
yeah.
He does the major nice tanks in Europe, and you know we were glad to have him.
Oh, so they've already been there, right?
No, they're
No,
coming.
they're coming
They're
Thursday.
coming.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Wow. That's super exciting. So, Rashid, what was what was your last dive like? What'd you go in the tank to do your very last dive?
The last dive was right before we went out to Connecticut, and I blew up. Whenever we dive, either Michelle and I, we have a plan, right? And Andrew will be out there with the laser pointer, and the last dive I definitely blew out the corals, and I put a couple of new pieces in there. And every single dive, you'll see me like going in and trying to look under the bases. And as we blow out those corals, what we've noticed is, and we've been discussing this with Joe Iulo from the Long Island Aquarium, is you get rid of the large flatworms,
Yeah.
right? And it's just a cycle. So the eggs are there,
Right.
and the small ones, you barely see as you blow those out, and you're just trying to catch up to that 21-day cycle. But it was great. I mean, the look of the corals from inside the tank is quite amazing compared to looking at them from outside, and even obviously some of you guys have only seen it from a video. I mean, it's like probably the best part of my job is diving in that tank.
Wow. Andrew, do you dive much? I know you did once, but I seen that video of it. But is diving not your cup of tea? You'd rather have Rashid and instruct what to do?
I need a better epoxy and glue guy.
Yeah.
And Rashid found this new epoxy in Connecticut and is doing flips all over it.
Yeah. Just to clear things up, when Andrew dove, it was before Christmas, and we wanted to do a holiday dive and put some signs there. Fortunately, we didn't have enough weight for him. Okay, so his weight was light, and you get really buoyancy in there. The bigger you are, the more weight you need to stay. He didn't have enough. He only had enough weight for Michelle, so he got to an area in the tank where there's a lot of flow, and it literally will flip you upside down. He didn't realize I wasn't there to help him out. But every single dive you learn something new. Like I tell people, like I know every single acro in there as we place them, and I know the rocks that are sturdy and that I could hold on to in case I was ready to slip or move, or the rocks that I know they're going to move. So you really need a lot of dives to get used to diving in that tank.
Right. Absolutely. Now, Andrew, how's the Jake Adams corals doing? I watched that. I wasn't awake at the time that you guys got them, and I didn't get to watch it live, but oh my gosh, that was an amazing video. How was everything doing? Everything make the trip okay?
I think all but one small piece lived. Maybe one or two small pieces perished, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's great for that amount.
Yeah.
Because when I seen them boxes sitting there, and then y'all got through almost all of them, and here they was wheeling some more in, and I was like, oh my god.
That was a late night. That was a late night.
Oh gosh, I would imagine. And now they're all together in one tank, correct?
They are in two 250s with one sump.
Oh, awesome. Jake would be so proud. He would be so proud. Now, you were saying that you don't like an empty spot in the tank. You want to fill it with something. So, in thinking about how things are going to grow out and flourish and spread, what is your plans for that? Are you going to frag? And if you are, what are you going to do with them?
Rashid, you wanna take that answer?
Tell me the question again, Tan.
What
Sorry.
are we going to do with
Wake
all
up,
these
Rachid.
corals as we need to frag them and in a big display?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, we have a plan for that, Tyan. Once when Andrew and I started Polo Reef, he told me, he was very blatant about this. I am not looking to profit off the hobby. I'm not looking to flip corals or make any profit there, and any profit would go to charity, whether it's merchandise. So, but we all know with the tank that size and that many corals and things growing out, we have been making frags and we've been giving them out to charity for free. Like we went to the frag farmers market. We've anything we give out, any money made goes to charity. We've done a whole bunch of giveaways so other folks get corals from that tank. But that's pretty much the game plan is frag to to help generate growth within and frag and cut stuff down as needed.
Mm-hmm.
And everything goes to charity. There'll be other ways that we can generate revenue to maybe offset some expenses to help out us out from that standpoint. But we have a 501c that's created originally for the family, the Andrew Sandler family, that we've given five different places we've sent checks out to. It's Frag Farmers Market, the amazing school out in Iowa. There's another school out in Connecticut. There is the scholarship that we did for the Boston Reefing Association out in Boston. Several other things. But the charity is the number one theme when it comes to the corals
Absolutely.
and giving away.
You know, and that brings me to my next, because I was going to talk about the philanthropy aspect of it. And number one, in my opinion, is when you go to poloreef.com and, for instance, buy a shirt, a mug, stickers, whatever, iPhone cover, anything like that, anything that's purchased on there, the proceeds, the profits, the proceeds goes to those charities and things like that, right? Where you just listed where you had donated to the schools and different things. And that is one of the good ways that you guys are able to fund and give back, is through the website, through poloreef.com. So
Yeah,
if any of you guys...
interesting enough, Tyann, is that that page, I actually hear an echo, so I'm waiting for you to speak, even though I know you're not speaking. That page has now been fully updated now on the website with all the things that we've given to. It took a long time. These things don't happen immediately. You have to find the right projects, the right people to back, and then it takes time to get the structure right, who to write the check to, and finally that's done.
Absolutely. Now, I know at the Frag Farmers Market, for instance, I've seen that, and that was that John?
John.
Okay. And for instance, it was donated, I seen in the notes, it was donated to the Coral Club. And so what's some of the things that they will use that for? Is it to expand their Coral Club or buy new equipment or things like that? What is it they're going to do with that?
Yeah, they actually built the whole back room for clownfish breeding and curriculum.
Right.
Oh.
So we delayed the page. So if any of you guys want to check this out, if you're on a computer or on your phone later on, just go to poloreef.com and right below you'll see giveaways, and to the last one will be philanthropy. So check that out. And I spoke to Andrew and I was like, we really need to delay the philanthropy page because we don't want to put something up on a website that we haven't wrote a check out to, because I've audited some 501c and charitable kind of stuff, and you don't want to play around with those kind of things and make up numbers you haven't given out yet.
Right.
Everything is like you're talking about the E.O. Smith Coral Project. There's literally a blueprint and a picture of the expansion that John did, and he walked us through when we were out there that week. I mean, John Swanson does an amazing job with that frag swap where he focuses mainly on actual hobbyists that want to like flip some coral and then do it for a really low price because it's only $30 per booth. That's really
That's
low.
awesome.
Really, he's also given back And the reason why it took us so long to put this page is it really took a lot of work for Andrew and I to find these kind of right people that are going to make a buck go a long way, so that the kids are getting educated, the kids are getting inspired, the community are getting those funds, and we're not just giving this to a school that already is getting a whole bunch of grants and who knows what really happens with it. So you'll see all details on everyone we've gave funds to, and this is just the beginning. There's other schools that we're looking at over time, and we'll continue to help these schools out.
Rachid, do you hear your voice echoing by any chance? Or is
No,
that just me?
no, I don't hear it.
Okay, I'll just deal with it.
Now, when you give to these schools, what I think, of course, I'm old as dirt, but I think what a difference it would have made had this been available, when I was growing up and I had access to it, And so, Andrew, what you are trying to do, I guess, is inspire the next generation.
Yeah, I'm just trying to create spark, trying to make lightning in a bottle, and however you can get it.
Right. Absolutely.
We find when there's curriculum and students to take care of it and learning about it, and that you have a much better shot of that spark.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, exposing them to this, you are creating a whole nother generation of reefers. And these are ones that is going to grow up and carry on long after we're gone. So the impact that you're making on the world, I might say, is amazing. Now, when I speak of the world, another thing that you guys did is tell me a little bit about the diving and protocol class that you sponsored in the Philippines.
You want to do that, or you want me to hit on this?
Well, Barnett at RVS Fish World has been a friend of ours for many years. He has a net caught training program where he doesn't use cyanide, he doesn't use drugs. He safely nets a certain area, corrals the fish, and he's got to train these divers to do this.
Yeah.
And so we love to sponsor stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, back time to a buck going a long way. It's $1,000. It wasn't anything large, but the thing, $1,000 in the Philippines and some of these third world countries goes a really long way. And this is the equivalent of having high schools that get you ready to make some money, that folks who are not going to be able to go to college, and they teach you how to do woodwork or teach you how to work with your hands. This is the same thing. And these folks are providing for their family, but they do need that, not injuring themselves when they're getting out there. So there's a lot of those causes, I'll touch on this because I really do think it's important. The Sandler family, before, they shifted and pivoted focus into the reefing hobby, Andrew's dad, you'll see this in philanthropy page, donated a lot of money to hospitals with for kids with late stage cancer. Orly Sandler is very involved with the Sunrise Association and those currently. So I mean that theme, that trend was already there. Andrew's just now shifting a little bit of the focus to the hobby, something that's helped him, inspired him through the years.
Oh, absolutely. And one thing that you said, and I had it wrote in my notes because I didn't want to forget it. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you do something positive. It doesn't have to cost a lot. It costs $0 to be kind. Yeah. It costs $0 to refer. So if someone asks a question on a group or a page or whatever, It costs nothing to be kind to them. It costs nothing to, if you don't know the answer, and a lot of them I don't. Straight up, I'll tell you, I don't. But, I will generally tag someone that does. I mean, you will see on Tank Top page, for instance, you will see someone post a question or this just happened, or whatever. And a lot of times, like, I don't know the answer. I'm just straight up honest. I don't know the answer. I learn as much as everyone else does on that page. But my goal is just to bring everyone together. And, but it costs nothing to tag someone that has the answer
Right.
instead of being derogatory and negative and throwing stuff out there that you know absolutely nothing about, because I will keep my mouth shut before I will send out the wrong answer, and direct someone in the wrong direction. But I just wanted to touch on that because it really does. It costs whether you've got a lot to give or you've got a little to give it all.
100%.
Absolutely. Now, guys, let's talk about Polo Pond. I know it's been wintertime and we haven't seen much. Can we expect to see something new, some new videos and different things in the spring?
What's your start, Drew?
Yes, you might even see more construction.
Seriously, I was going to ask you if there was any addition. Could you tell us anything about Polo Pond?
All the fish are moved. All the fish have been moved to the upper ponds, and they're being treated for flukes and what's the name of that other thing? Kosia?
Paris, yeah.
Oh.
So they got some salt and praziquantel. And in the meantime, we lost a few, but the remaining ones are good now.
Good.
And we will be taking the big ponds in the spring and digging it out deeper, putting more rear drains in, something called bouquet. I don't know what they call it, showers. The fish need to take showers. It's a media type of situation. And we'll get a natural gas heater in that big pond.
Mm-hmm.
And the small pond will be our quarantine pond. And we'll move the fish from the small pond into the big pond.
Yeah.
As we dig it out and as we fix it.
Oh, awesome. Now, about how many koi do you have right now? Do you know?
14.
14? Now, I wondered this, and I wrote it in my notes because I did not want to forget to ask you. On the koi pond, okay, we know you have a team. You have Rachid, you have Yelson, you have whoever. Now, do you have a separate team for the koi pond, or do you guys just do it all?
We have a koi guy, and we have Dunn.
Yeah.
And now we have Dunn, who's going out there measuring salinity of the ponds and all that stuff.
I got you. I always wondered if there was, because koi is different than the 17,000 you got behind you. So I'm sure the care and everything would be different. You said you were treating for flukes. Now, how did that happen? I mean, how did they get that?
Not quarantining.
You get it the same way you get it and praziquantel, a very similar drug.
Yeah.
Wow. And so you would normally want to treat the koi just as we would our big tank and quarantine before you put them in the pond?
That's the way you would do it. You would prophylactically treat them in the smaller ponds, watch them, and then move them to the larger ponds.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and let me tell you a couple of things about the pond, just from my perspective, right?
Sure.
So first, I want to give a shout out to our friends Martha and John who are here. They did donate 2 kois to us that they won 2 times in a row, which is to me crazy. So what's up, Martha and John? Thank you for doing that. Love you guys. What's up, Sarah? So with the koi pond, like the way Andrew and I look at animals is the animals are really important to us,
Right.
right? So when it the pond, I think there was a lot of focus on the presentation of the pond, the waterfall, this, that, the beauty of it. It looked amazing. You guys saw what it looked
Oh,
like. But at the end of the day,
beautiful.
these koi to be super healthy, you really need a deeper. And I just didn't know. Like I've never had koi before. I don't know if you've had koi in the past, Andrew, but you
I
know,
have it.
they didn't have that deep knowledge. So like, when you see people that have been in the hobby for 10, 15, 20 years and they have that thing called the eye, it is important. They have that for a reason. Like I could see a fish or a coral and I'll know it's sick and I'll know to take it out and look at certain things. We got a guy right now that has that eye for the koi. So as soon as we found that guy, we have a different plan on how we're going to treat this koi, and that's why we want to make the investment to get the koi pond right, and also have like in the winter enclose that koi pond. And it's gonna get pimped out. It's gonna be
Wow. That is exciting. I was hoping there might be some updates on the koi pond. Not that it's not beautiful already.
like Polo Pond social media thing. Who knows? Like, not that I don't have enough things to do, but I did buy the domain name a few months ago.
Awesome. That is so cool.
You know, these pond guys, they make the pond to make it look aesthetically pleasing by putting little rocks and stones on the bottom. The truth of the matter is, it's just like substrate in your tank. It causes bacteria. They can flash on it and scratch themselves. So we're taking all that rock out, which is the way all the koi guys do it.
Ah, I see. And now, so is your koi guy just going to be like a go-to guy, or is he coming onto the team, kind of like full time, or is he just kind of going to be, a reference guy for what we need?
He loves coming over and looking at the salt water and freaking out. But my hunch is they'll be here once a week and just take care of the koi.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he'll give us shots of bait drill and things that we can use for the marine fish too.
wow, that is so cool. I was so thrilled to know that there's some updates and stuff coming in for the koi pond. And as spring comes, I'm sure we're going to get to see more videos and different things, because I knew it was winter time, and y'all have some really cold weather and snow and stuff up there. So I knew we wasn't going to get to see much of the Polo Pond for a bit. But I'm excited to see that there's some new things coming, for Polo Pond.
We're gonna dig down another 2 or 3 feet. You'll see some cat tractors. You'll see a new lining. You'll see some construction first.
Awesome. Now, you just can't get enough of that construction, can you, Andrew?
Man, I just gotta stop this thing.
Which leads me to my next question. And I already have this wrote down, but y'all played into it really good. Where do you see Polo Reef in 5 years? What would you like for Polo Reef to be in 5 years?
I'd like to think all the capital projects are done. I like to see more science and experiments and real research papers being written in the lab. We have so many ideas that can help this hobby in that lab. And the ideas come like once a week.
And so you're planning on acting on those ideas and putting them into motion?
Absolutely. We have one right now going. We have 2 in motion right now.
Can you share with us what they are, or is that just still top notch?
Go ahead.
So the one actually I just took some macro shots of it this evening, but there is I forget the name of it, but there's a peppermint shrimp in Australia. There's an article that was written up. I forget the exact name of it, but I'll pull it up in a second.
Lavarde Vitella or something.
I'll
Patella.
pull it up in a second. But these peppermint shrimp, based on this article, say that they actually eat flatworm eggs. And if anyone knows, after eating flatworms, it, we've solved everything but the eggs, right? We've gotten every single dip in the book that remove the babies
So
that adults agitated through RODI or flatworm eggs or whatever, but the eggs always stay intact. But like, if we bought about 89 of these shrimp that came from Australia, $22, $42 landed. It was not a cheap buy. But we're gonna learn.
how many do we land? Like 90?
Yeah, 89.
You know.
I'm not sure if we lost them, but they're like transparent and they're small. But you'll see them on Friday morning, 9 a.m. As you guys know, we post every video. You'll see some close-up shots of them that we took, and that's one research that we're doing. There's some discussions. We have a double PhD physicist we're speaking with from Reef Bright, and we have Brandy who's going to help us with some research regarding thinking through this whole like UVB situation and the
UVB or infrared. In other words,
is it
expanding the bandwidth of the light below 390 and above 700.
Wow.
we started that whole all the shenanigans regarding the sorry, I'm just looking for the presentation on my desktop here. Regarding metal halides and bringing Tulio here. The reason Tulio came is because we started thinking about the 2500. We knew the mass specs that we had were just too powerful, because we used the mass specs because we need that punch to go down for 10 feet. But with the 2500, it's only 4 feet deep. Then we started thinking about metal halides, and then Tulio came and did a spectrum analysis, and Andrew and I were pretty blown away by what we found out, and thinking about the metal halide being probably the closest thing to the sun. And we had a physicist that did an interview with Andrew talking about the importance of vitamin D
Right.
and the UV and things that we used to get back in the day, but now are like indoors a lot, and people are like growing older, but we're not as healthy because we're just indoors all the time. He was all over the place. We want to get to the bottom line of how we can actually help reefers do what they're doing better. And then lastly, the thing we didn't mention is, Andrew's also on a seat, operations seat, in with the Reef Institute. They do a lot of reef restoration, ocean conservation kind of things. And, we want to make a difference. We want to not only help the hobby, but see if we could help solve some problems that we're facing from a global and a big picture standpoint.
Absolutely. And I don't know, you would think you've seen my notes here, but my one of my questions was, are you guys involved currently with any type of reef restoration projects?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a couple, like I mentioned.
And we'll be visiting a lot more in the next few months.
Awesome.
The shrimp is Lystimata batea. It's Lysmata.
Yeah.
Eittate. There's an article, if you guys want it, we'll put it on polarreef.com, or just ask us on our group. Polar Reef by Andrew Sandler. When it comes to the reef restoration clubs, that's where we're going to do some more research, Andrew and I, to make sure we align ourselves with folks who are definitely putting a dent. A part of our trips to Florida, there's a few places that we want to go and visit. So, if I can address your question regarding the 5 years, I mean, it's consistent with what Andrew said, but I think we want to continue to work with these schools to help them expand, because I feel like every time we bring kids over to the house, or we go visit someone, you might inspire the next amazing Adams or marine biologist, or someone who will maybe solve the issues that Andrew and I won't be around to see and solve. So like that's one thing. And then the thing with the reef restoration is it's tough because they figured out different ways. I'm sure you guys all know about the coral spawning and the planting of corals. It's tough because from a scale standpoint, like Andrew is an interesting person because he's put a lot of skin in the game, and
Right.
point of view, I kind of want to get that out there on social media so that we can have more people like Andrew that have had his success kind of do what he's doing, whether it's directly to the hobby or other places. But the scale is hard. Like we've figured out ways to help the ocean part to scale something like that.
Oh, absolutely. And you guys, you guys know that generally you can ask any teenager what'd you get for Christmas last year? They can't tell you. But
Right.
the things that they will remember is like the trips to see the tank and the inspiration that you give to them like that. And like you said, it could spark the next Jake Adams or whoever. And that's the wonderful part is that you guys are giving back and carrying on and reaching for the next generation because we all know, that is the future of the hobby. I say it all the time on posts. That is the future of the hobby. And, that's just so true. And to see you guys do it on the scale that you do it is fantastic.
Yeah.
Not everyone can do it on that scale, but all of us have our own scale. And as long as we all give back and we all do a little bit, all the little bits are going to add up to a bunch.
Right. And I'll just say something really quick. Like, we've given this feedback. So there's a lot of really amazing reefers. Andrew always gives a story about, Andrew has a lot of hobbies. Another hobby of his is like some, like really high-end audio stuff that I know nothing about, right? And he tells me, he always compares the two hobbies, and he thinks that our hobby, the reef hobby, is a lot more pleasant and people come together and help each other out. And there's a lot of people who do want to help out from a reef restoration and conservation standpoint, and they just feel overwhelmed because the scale issue is so big. But like, if you have an old powerhead or apex unit and you're getting out of the hobby, not using it, you could donate some of this stuff
Absolutely.
or some of these other places, because the Reef Institute, I'll just use that as an example, they could always use it because, Florida's reefs is down like to 2%. Okay. That's actually left. So like the scientists are taking these corals out that some of them are endangered, and they're no longer studying them in the ocean, but studying them in a box, right? So to study them in a box, having Apex or VHL, whatever, having that kind of equipment, having Aquarius help them guide them as they research these things is helpful. So just do some of that research. If not, maybe Andrew and I will put a video together and plug a few folks that we've spoken with to see how you guys can help them out.
Oh, for sure. And, we all have, the extra or the older pumps or a light or whatever, which doesn't mean as much to us, but to a new one starting out, it could mean the difference between starting the tank now or starting it next year or when their taxes come in or whatever. So it's all about everyone giving back, even if it's just a little. And, that's where I think that the local reef clubs, that's something that they could do. Um, and I hope my LFS guys watching this because I'm just begging them to start a reef club.
Rachid,
But
you want to tell about the Lyra event we are having on the 18th?
have at it. Let's do it.
Anyone yet, have we?
You don't want to let that secret
No.
out?
Oh, of course. In Tyen's show, yeah.
We are having a Lyra event at the house, which we've had before. But this time, Rachid, what's different about this time?
This time is different. So I went to Andrew's Lyra event some time ago, and Andrew, the way I was introduced to Andrew was through Lyra, and Lyra stands for Long Island Reef Association. It's a club here out in Long Island, and Andrew's always helped these guys out in more ways than one. And they've invited me over to join the club when I moved back from Connecticut to New York. And Andrew would always throw something, but it would just be like, hey, people come together, and he would address questions, he would do tours. So I thought, unfortunately, from what we're hearing, like Mac and I not being around and things of that sort, I thought, why don't we contact all the big wigs and people who've had a lot of skin in the game with the hobby and bring all over during this Libra event and actually do a panel discussion. And the panel discussion, so it's informative. And this kind of, in my mind, all started with the whole discussion with Tulio, because I hate seeing comments, uninformative comments online where people don't really understand the science behind spectrum. People throw, the word par out a lot of things that sort, but don't understand the spectrum of what's in the light. And Andrew and I are not taking sides because we actually are big on the hybrid method. A lot of people we all love the metal halides, but that's too much white. You might want some supplemental. So we're inviting on that panel. You're gonna have Tulia from Reef Bright, who's coming. He's coming with Joy. You're gonna have Jack, who's a double PhD from Columbia University. He's gonna be there with them to talk about some of the things that we're looking to research. On the other end, for fun, we brought Dr. Sanjay, Mike Paletta, Aquarius of the Year. We're bringing who does who takes care of the 20,000 gallon tank next door to us. We're also bringing some other folks that. So let's talk about chemistry. We're bringing Bob Stark, who's the owner of a local business here, ESV Saw. I'm sure a lot of people here have used some kind of B-ionic for alkaline or calcium and stuff like that. And there's some more maybe I'm forgetting. Oh, Than from Tidal Gardens is coming with Becca. Brandy's coming. Dan is actually staying with me, so I'm like, I've made so many friends through this hobby. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna have folks over, and we'll have dinner the night before with some of the folks.
Raj from Reef Builders in his new role will be here.
Yes, Raj, the new owner of Reef Builders, will also be coming, and then all the hobbyists who are part of the club, they still get to come, and I wanted to make it an informative discussion, and it's not about taking sides, but we're gonna film it. We're gonna get everyone. We'll get audio, and you'll be able to hear them clearly. We might even do a live, so the folks who can't be there could still see it and maybe ask some questions. There's still some planning to happen, but that's a secret. It's out now.
Awesome. Now, when is this scheduled for again? Please tell me the dates.
The 18th of March.
Yeah, Saturday.
Oh my gosh, that's someplace that I just can't even imagine. That is going to be a wonderful gathering. That is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And say Lyra, Long Island Reef Association. I think someone was asking about that.
Right.
What else? Is there anything else that you guys want to cover that we haven't talked about?
I mean, we have so many. We have a 2,500 gallon tank to start. We have a 900 gallon drop down to start. We would love to raise money with real stars like Leonardo DiCaprio and do something like that to reach conservation. We have dreams and aspirations.
I just can't even imagine what goes on. Like you're doing this and that and the other, and everybody's there, and Yeltsin and Rachid and everybody, and someone comes up with this brainiac idea, and you not only are you coming up with the ideas, but you're bringing them to life, and that's what matters. We could all sit here and dream and hope the world gets better and hope things change, but if we don't pick up and start and do that one little thing to get it started, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And you guys are living out these thoughts that you're having, these dreams of your goals, and hats off to you guys, because that's absolutely fantastic. And I wish more people would follow you guys, because you guys are taking the lead on a lot of things, and I wish they would follow you and say, I can do a little. That's all it takes, is just doing a little, because it does add up.
Chris just reminded me, Andrew, the big elephant in the room we haven't mentioned, Andrew. That's kind
What
of
do we got? What?
Well, So Chris just reminded me, he said Polo Reef on Animal Planet. So one of the big things we're working on, we had fun with season 1
Oh
of
yeah.
uh, Diary of a
Yeah.
Mad. So we have that season's happening right now. We're documenting, what Andrew presented at you. We're documenting this panel discussion. We've documented, footage and got some content. We went to Than, Ohio's and visited Eye Catching Corals. We're gonna go to Top Shelf and grab some corals from there. Going to places regarding reef restoration and ocean conservation. That's
We
gonna
need to do. We need to do a Miami trip. Frost Museum. We need to go down to the Keys. There's a bunch of things. Yeah, you want to go?
Please come swing by here and pick me up. When you said the Keys, I was like, what?
There is a very big coral restoration facility there.
Right. We're going to North Carolina. There's gonna be a show that a really big show
Yep,
that's getting
North
in South
Carolina.
in June. We're thinking, Andrew and I are considering going to the Raw event with to meet some of the big time manufacturers. So
By the way, raw is equivalent to MACTA, but it's only for commercial aquariums.
Wow.
So it's a whole different crowd, a whole different ballpark, out of our element a little bit, but that's how we have to learn.
right.
Absolutely. And if we don't get out of our element, we'll never learn. And that's going to bring me to one more thing. I've always been this side of the camera. I've never, y'all don't fall out. I've never been to a reef show before, but I am going to Orlando in April. So what shows can we see you guys at?
The schedule has not been. It's still getting refined, just because the scheduling is just hard with everything we have going on. Andrew's going to go on vacation at some point. I'll probably go on vacation in July or August. But so far, we're hoping to see if we can go to Orlando or
The top shelf people would rather us come a different, non-busy weekend.
Right.
That's a crazy weekend. They shuttle people back and forth to the farm.
So
I bet.
we're just not sure yet, but
They may show up just to see you, Tyann.
yeah, I know. Like, now that you...
I'd love that. That would be the topper of my weekend right there. I can tell you.
might be more Milwaukee, Andrew.
So that would be fantastic. I would love to meet you guys, and even if it's just a fly in, fly out trip, I would absolutely love to meet you. And I am going to be in Orlando, and so there you go. Now, guys, if you haven't seen the really cool, I probably got them upside down, the really cool Polo Reef stickers. These are now going in our sticker pack, Tank Talk with Tyann sticker packs. When we give away a t-shirt and a sticker pack, you are going to get one of these amazing Polo Reef stickers is now going to be included in those. Guys, those are so cool. And I know it took you a while to get the stickers and all lined out, but that was well worth the wait, I'm telling you. Now, Andrew and I spoke earlier, and we were going to give away a Polo Reef T-shirt and sticker. We're going to do it twice. There you go. We're going to do it twice. So, guys, we had 72 people enter. For that, I do have all the numbers on the wheel right here. I'm not high techy like y'all, so I gotta hold my laptop up here for y'all to see. So I'm gonna spin the wheel, and we're gonna see if they're watching, and we're gonna let you know who that is, who has won the Polo Reef number 7.
Lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7. Usually 13's my lucky number. But we're going to see who that is, and we'll announce it. And I will put up a post after the live and announce the winners. But Andrew said not just one. Andrew said 2. So we are going to spin that wheel again. I'm going to remove number 7, and we're going to spin that wheel again. So here we go, guys. Well, if I can hit it. There it goes. Who is going to get the second Polo Reef t-shirt and sticker?
Another lucky number, 13.
Lucky number 13. I just told you that number 13 is my lucky number. And even though I didn't get to enter, but number 13 is my lucky number. So congratulations to them. Chad will drop the names here in the comments. And now, in honor of Polo Reef, I also am going to give away a Tank Talk with Tyann t-shirt and a sticker pack. I mean, when I send out a sticker pack, guys, there's a lot of stickers in there. Right, Rachid? I think you got some stickers, didn't you?
Stickers. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And you look really snappy in that shirt, I will say that. Tank Talk with Tyann.
Oh, there you
What
go.
number does that say? Say that again, Tyann. Tyann, you can say that number.
69, Andrew.
Good one.
Oh, my God.
Lucky.
That is so funny. Guys, we
That's
could...
so funny.
Let's see. Okay. Shelly. I don't know if we can come up with any more.
No way.
No, I didn't. Shelly just messaged me and she wants. Well, I just lost it on this one, y'all. It's hot in here now. Shelly said, message, I seen it run across the top of my screen, that we are going to do a Sark sticker pack.
Oh, very nice.
This is from Shelly Flores, guys. Here we go. I don't know what number we can come up with now, Andrew.
Nothing beats that.
Nothing. 15. Number 15 is going to be the winner of the, I'm writing this down, Sark sticker pack. We will look those names up, guys, and I will post the names on the page after the live.
I think 69 people are actually watching us right now.
Are you serious?
I literally just looked up, and that's what.
Tyann, do you know that Rachid stole 800 gallons of my water yesterday?
Oh, Angie, I should show them. What's behind me. You guys.
You could, or the pump, or the water being pumped out.
Yeah, you guys want me to give you a quick tour of what's behind me, what's happening?
Let's see what you got, Andrew, or Rachid. I was looking at Andrew and said Rachid.
I told Andrew I was going to get out of the hobby when I moved from the city to Long Island. And I got the itch literally within months. And I said that because I knew how busy we were with Polo Reef. But anyway, so let me show you guys what's going on here. So this is Andrew's water. Let me, so here's what's happening over here. So this is the basement. This is the finished side on this other side. But this is the bocce sump. I still have to add, the skimmer and all that other stuff. Here you have a 225 gallon. This is going to be mainly LPS tank with T5s supplemented with the grows. And then here, over there is where I was sitting. That's my desk TV, so we can watch Tyann, all that other good stuff. These are the two separate 60 gallon low boys. They're going to have sumps down here. This is the rest of the lab. Crazy me. Let me show you guys the finished side. I think my daughter. See if my daughter.
That is
might be on the other.
going to look fantastic, Rachid.
I'm super excited. So we have Drew. Here's that Abyss 200 I told you about. It's 25% right now, just blowing out everything.
Right.
So
it's just blowing water around, right?
Blowing water around, yeah. And I took some of the live rock from downstairs, but this is a 3. Lana, hi. Here's Lana, say hi to everyone. Say hi, everyone. Say hi.
Hi, Slavey.
So I've always I was big on display refugiums. A third test that Andrew and I are thinking about. So in that hole right there is going to be a display tank, a display refugium. We're actually thinking about putting mud in there to see if that, that miracle mud or whatever you want to
Uh-huh.
call it actually, cures the head of lateral line disease. So we're going to run experiments. And no, Lottie, you have to go to sleep. No more TV. Um, so that'll be 3 out of um, 5 experiments that we're considering. Yeah.
That's awesome. And guys, that's the only way we're going to learn.
Okay.
I mean, if we stay in our comfort zone and we don't venture out and we don't try something new, we're never going to know if it works or not, or if we can do it or not. And that's the only way we can do it, is to venture out, try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Move on to the next.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is. There's no. Let's just all learn and
That's
help each
right.
other.
That's right. If everybody, like I said, I'll say it again, because if everybody would just do a little bit, it adds up to so much. And thank you, Andrew and Rachid, for leading every one of us into the next adventure of our lives, because I do believe that you guys inspire so many people that you have no idea how you inspire them, and how much you guys give back. Maybe not monetarily, but just being there for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, we wait for the drops. You've spoiled us, because it's not just on Fridays anymore. We never know when there's going to be a drop.
That is interesting. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You guys have spoiled us, and we love it. Don't stop now. But you inspire so many of us, and you let us live through that tank and live through your everyday lives of seeing behind the scenes. I love the behind the scenes looks, and the oddities, the koi pond, the just different things like that. You guys encourage all of us, and a lot of times, there's people that does want to give up in the hobby. This has went wrong, that has went wrong. Andrew, you've been there. You've had, that tank has not always been perfection. There's been things that's went wrong. You didn't give up. Neither should we.
We'll take a second to thank you, Tyann. I mean, listen. Go ahead, Drew.
Diane, when the young kids come over to my house and they ask me for advice, I give them 2 pieces of advice, okay? Just 2. One is, when you get smacked down, make sure you get up bigger.
Absolutely.
You get up bigger. You show people how big you are. Fight.
Yeah.
That's right.
And the second advice I give is dream big.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And you know what? Those kids are going to remember that. They're going to remember that tank. They're going to remember speaking with you. And if 1 out of 500 that comes through there are inspired to do something worthwhile in this hobby, as you have done, then you've done what you should have. You've completed it. And I know that you are leaving a legacy behind that is going to go on forever,
I hope so.
because of all these little guys that you are inspiring and contributing to, that may not have had a marine science class if it wasn't for you guys, that may not have had the inspiration if it wasn't for you guys. And for that, I thank you.
Well, we can't go without thanking you, Tyann. I think you've been inspirational to me before I even started off with Polar Reef. I mean, I think I had classes, and then you were just so awesome about calling me and sending me a sheet of things to do, and what you've done. Tank Talk with Tyann is awesome, and you just have that voice and that personality that Andrew and I always talk about. It's just so sweet. So we love you, and we thank you for continuing to do what you do. And I don't know, maybe hopefully we see you in Orlando.
Hopefully. I do hope so. I hope one day to meet you guys. Instead of, this is good, but, face to face, that would be even better. So, Hopefully, hey, sweetie. Hopefully, you guys can make it to Orlando. And gosh, enjoy that Lyra event and everything that's coming up. And just like Andrew said, everyone, I want to tell you guys always dream and dream bigger and reach out, do, and lift up. It's easier to lift someone up than it is to drag them down. And I hope if you take nothing away from this, but just take that, just do a little, it all adds up. So everyone can do a little and make a difference in this world. And it's people like you that has really made a difference in the marine world.
Right.
Guys, I want to thank you so very much for joining us tonight. You've given us over an hour of your time, and I know
has it been over an hour already?
it has.
Oh my God.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
But I do know that you guys have a busy life, and for you to donate an hour of your time, I am honored. And man, I appreciate it very much, as does everyone else. And I do have to tell you, Andrew, you might have not seen it in the comments, but when we spun the wheel and the number 69 come up, you want to guess how many viewers there was at that time? 69.
I told you.
I think I'm going to go upstairs and try that number right now with my wife. Might be the number of the night.
Right.
That's the best number of the night. You guys take care. Have you a wonderful evening. Keep us updated. I know that you will. And hats off. Thank you so much for sharing so much of Polo Reef with all of us. Thank you guys very much, and maybe see you in Orlando.
All right. Good night, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Ciao.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie. Guys, if you missed that live, this is going to be worth going back and rewatching, because not only did we get to see another side of Andrew, and we got the inside scoop on Lyra and different things that's coming up in the hobby. And guys, take away something from this video and work with it and make a difference. Make a huge difference. You can do something little and you can change a lot. You guys take care. And guess what? We have another guest coming up next Tuesday. Who is it? I bet you're going to enjoy it. They've never been on Tank Talk before. I'll tell you that. It's not going to be a rerun. They've never been on Tank Talk. So, absolutely watch for the drop. And we will announce the winners. I'm sure Chad probably put it in the comments, but they were going too fast. I didn't get to see them. So we're just going to, I'll get with Chad after the live, and I will post the winners of the 2 different Polo Reef t-shirts and sticker, and the Sark sticker pack. Thank you, Shelly. And the Tank Talk with Tyann t-shirt and sticker pack. You guys keep the invites coming. We are at 4688. We're trying to get to 5K by April 4th. That's when we turn 1. And I will see you guys next week, if not before. I will see you guys next week live right here with another special guest. Take care, guys.